Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Skin Blüm. I'm your host, Joshua Iman, and this is the podcast about all things beauty. Growing up, I've always been obsessed with beauty, right? I've always been obsessed with glamour. I've always been obsessed with like movies, actors, red carpets. I've always been obsessed with like the art of transformation, right? And so what that means or what that looks like is like, I love the idea of someone like getting up in it, right? Does that make sense? I'll give you an example. You know how when someone has a movie or like a red carpet appearance, there's a series of events that they have to go through in order to show up on that big day, right? Whether it's like a diet change, whether it's, you know, certain skin treatments to get their skin the best that it can be on the big day, whether it's, you know, like working out, whether it's like meditation, you know. I think I've always been obsessed with what that behind the scenes process looks like for individual people. You know, sure, beauty can be an outer thing, but I think for me, what beauty is that I think not a lot of people talk about is how you move through the world and how you show up in the world and how you take care of yourself when no one is looking. I think that that's an important component to beauty that not a lot of people talk about. And I'm super excited because coming up next, we're chatting with someone who is so glamorous, who knows all about red carpets, and we're gonna get a peek into her behind the scenes and what she does to stay so camera ready. Joining us today is someone that I thoroughly enjoy. From Bravo's hit show Summer House Martha's Vineyard, she's captivated us with her charm, grace, and undeniable presence. She embodies the epitome of Black girl luxury, showcasing excellence in everything she does. And let's not forget the owner of Bria Beauty Cosmetics, Bria Fleming. How are you?
Good. Hi. Thank you for having me, Joshua. That was such a beautiful introduction. I'm like, ah.
No problem. Where are you right now in the world? Are you in New York?
So I just flew into New York last night for Fashion Week. So I'm here for New York Fashion Week. I flew from Los Angeles because I was visiting my sister in college. I don't know if you know, but I recently relocated to Dallas, Texas. So I'm living there now, back and forth between New York and Dallas. So I went from Dallas to LA and then LA to New York.
Oh my God, how's it been living in Dallas?
I love it. The people are just so much better. And I think it's because of the Southern hospitality, but everyone is just so friendly. They have every single food restaurant, fast food, even like franchises you can think of. They even have In-N-Out there. I didn't even know that. I'm like, I thought that was just an LA thing. And I got there and I just saw so many In-N-Outs and I was so happy. But like the food, the people, the space for like the apartments is just bigger. Like everything is big there and I love it so far. I've been there for months.
Where'd you grow up? Did you grow up north?
So I'm born in New York. I'm born in Long Island. And then I relocated to Los Angeles from the age of 13 to like my mid-20s. Technically, I say I grew up in Calabasas because that's where I was for the past over 10 years. But before that, I grew up in Middletown, New York.
Oh, cool. Okay, so before we get started, we're gonna play a little game just to get you loosened up a little bit, okay? So I went on your Instagram and I pulled a few images. And when I show you these images, I want you to tell me whatever comes to your mind first. So whether it's some tea about the photo, whatever comes to your mind first, I want you to spit it at me, okay?
Oh, that was my favorite. So that photo, very demure.
Very demure.
That was my first time visiting Lake Como. It has always been a dream for me to go there, and Simon and I recently have gone there on vacation there, and it was just an amazing time. My first time in Lake Como, and that was the best time, and I love that dress and that bag.
Aw, it's so good. It's such a good photo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a very special photo. It was my birthday, my 29th birthday. I felt very like mature, and I was in Turks and Caicos. And I was going for a very like natural look, and my hair, I was using my natural hair. I took out my hair extensions. So that one, that's very special. That's like my last picture of like the age of 29, my birthday, and it was a very special moment for me.
It's so good. These are some really good photos. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Ooh, that bitch. That one is very fierce. And that was at the Cannes Film Festival, my second year there. I think that was a very special moment for me because the first year when I was at the Cannes Film Festival, or I can't remember if it was the first or second, I was falsely arrested there due to jealousy. And my sister and I had to go to jail for a couple of hours until we figured out what went down. And it came down to somebody lying on us. So that was a very special moment because it was very hard for me to be able to go back after that traumatizing incident. So to be able to go back and walk the carpet and be fierce, that was a very powerful photo right there.
Okay, so here's the last photo.
Ooh, that one, that was my reunion for Summer House Martha's Vineyard. I was going for like classy housewife look. That's kind of my style for that one. I kind of felt like Barbie. I loved it, but I wish the reunion was way longer than it was.
Yeah, I remember watching this when it first aired and I was like, my God, literal Barbie.
Ew.
Like, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the most important question out of the way. Where is Milo?
He was making noise earlier. Here's Milo, Mr. Milo. Say hello. He's so funny.
He's so cute. Okay, if you could only take one makeup product and one skincare product to the summer house with you, what would it be?
One makeup product I would take would be concealer. I am a big fan of Charlotte Tilbury as well as MAC. I love, what is it, NC30 or NC60. That can cover the whole face. And then one product I would take with me would be Ordinary, like the red mask from Ordinary, because no matter what, like if you have a breakout, if you're having dark pigmentation on your skin, that mask is going to help clear it up in a couple of days. So that's like my go-to for my black scarring, as well as my go-to for my makeup choice.
Ooh, those are some good options. You know, I've always wanted to know, so it seems like Summer House is filmed almost in the same way as Big Brother. You know, it's not a competition show, but there's cameras literally always around. There's cameras in every room, it seems like. There's cameras always following y'all. So how did you maintain like your beauty routine, or what was like a non-negotiable for you before coming in contact with cameras?
I would say I loved getting ready in the morning. I'm like, I need to just put some makeup on, but like sometimes they'd be like, no, we want to see you in your natural state. So for me, I would always try to get up early to rush to do my makeup so that when they do show me getting ready, I do have some type of coverage on. Throughout the day, you know, sometimes you'll see a full glam look depending on how much time that I have to do that. Or you'll see me looking crazy because there's times I looked crazy. But in the morning time, I do have to put at least some type of concealer on. And in the nighttime, I love like, you know, washing my face. For sure, putting like concealer on before filming, like before the cameras are rolling. And the cameras are always rolling, no matter what. But like the big cameras come in at a certain time and I want to just look presentable for that.
That's really interesting. And like you said, sometimes I know you may like step in your makeup, for example. I know sometimes it may not have been avoidable. I feel like a good hack probably would have been sunglasses and a hat, right?
Sometimes you'll see me have my sunglasses on if I was like mad or if I cried and my makeup smeared and I didn't have time to go fix it, I'll put sunglasses on. But I still like, because I struggle with dark pigmentation just from acne scars on my forehead and on like my cheek a little bit. So I just try to like dab something on those marks, some like lip gloss, and that will do it.
So speaking of things that are unavoidable, what do you think the biggest misconception of you from the show is?
I would say I'm very misunderstood as an individual. You know, we only have a certain amount of time where we can get a certain amount of footage in days into one episode. So people may see one episode and that might be 3 days in one episode. You know, a lot of the scenes, you know, yes, I freaked out and I wigged out. I take responsibility for that, but they never show the full story. They don't show like, okay, why did she freak out on so-and-so like that? Why did she blow up like that? So I was probably mad at something that happened off scene. And then they put that in a scene and then it makes it look juicy and it makes me look crazy sometimes. But it's like, for me, I know what I signed up for.
Right.
You know, yes, you sign a paper that says, this is, you show my life, you film me 24/7. But like, I wish they would have seen different standpoints and like the beginning to the end of altercations. But then at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm like, this is my job, whatever, show me how you want. It is what it is. But my lashing out have reasons, and I don't wake up and choose violence. I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna curse out so-and-so today. It's like somebody had to do something to me to make me react that way. I can actually cook, because people were saying I couldn't cook. And like, just because of the little cuts of me pouring a lot of seasoning, but they didn't realize how much food that we were like preparing. So that's another thing that like, I was like, you know what? People don't really know that I could actually cook.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I love cooking steak. Like that's like my go-to is like a grilled steak and some potatoes. I'm more of a diva than a brat. So that was a name that was given to me as a label. But like for me, I would say like I could be a diva sometimes or like very bougie. But as far as like a brat, no.
So how do you balance that? You know, like staying true to who you are as a person, but also existing in a space where you are a reality TV star and people are going to see you on TV, form whatever the hell kind of opinions they want to form. How do you deal with that?
I would say like it comes with the territory of the job, and you just got to remember the bigger picture. Like people are always going to say something about you, whether you're a school teacher, bus driver, CEO, millionaire, they're always going to have the good and the bad. and you just got to know like the truth. And I think me knowing the truth of who I am and the people around me that means the most, that knows me for me, they speak for me. I just stay true to myself, and I know that I know the truth and God knows the truth. So
what are like some self-care practices or some things that you did in the house when things got like out of hand and you needed a moment to yourself? Like, what are some things, I know Milo was there, but what are some things that you did to kind of ground yourself and, you know, bring yourself back down?
So I'm into like Buddhism, and I love just kind of meditating with my Taras and my Ganeshas and my Lakshmi. They're different statues. And I like write down my mantras and my affirmations in my notebook. And then sometimes I would take time just for myself in my room. Last season I had a balcony. So whenever I was feeling like overwhelmed, I would just go out on my balcony, hang out with Milo, and just kind of chill and just, you know, remember my affirmations, remember, okay, I'm here, this is a job, but you know, I'm also here to have fun when it gets overwhelming. Or even just crying helps too, because sometimes you get built up with anger and you just need to let it out. Summer had gifted us girls all notebooks. I still have it, actually. I'll show you. It's a notebook that says Melanin Magic. So this really helped us because, you know, whenever something was wrong, I could just take this journal and jot in it. So that was also very helpful for her, and and also thoughtful for her to kind of gift us all girls it right before, you know, we started filming. She brought it to the house, but right before we got the ball rolling, we all had our Melanin Magic notebooks. So just write down how we're feeling.
That is so important. Like, I'm so big on journaling, writing down your feelings and emotions and just kind of getting them out. So I love that. Now, was Summer House your first time on TV?
No, I actually did a survival show called Stranded with $1,000,000 on MTV.
Wow.
And oh my God, it was real. I thought it was gonna be like one of those shows where they're like, pause, okay, we could feed you. No, I think I got sick from a coconut, or I don't know if it was just lack of food. I didn't eat for like 4 days, and I just had water, and I was just like dying from the inside. But then, you know, we were just surviving off of coconuts. So we would pick the coconuts off the ground, crack it, and eat them. And one of mine had maggots in it, and then I think I
Oh
got
my
sick from there,
God.
and I couldn't stop throwing up. But that was like the first time, and that was in 2017. But no, I died after like 4 days, and I had to hit that flare, and I got picked up in a helicopter and took back to the mainland.
Now that you're saying that, like you being on the survival kind of show and then you being on Summer House, I could see you on Traders. Do you watch Traders?
I've seen part of it. I would love to be on that. I know they put Iman on there as well as Sierra. I would love to be on that show. They don't bring back Summer House. They need to put me on.
Oh my God, no, don't say that. They need to bring back Summer House. They need to. So you're a pretty busy girl. You know, you travel a lot, Bria Cosmetics, you're a dog mom, reality TV. What does the perfect relaxation day look like for you?
For me, I really love eating. I really love to eat. So like,
Same.
I don't know what it does to me. I think it just releases endorphins in my body and my brain. Like, you know, food is fuel, but like, I love to cook. I love to go out to eat, like having a glass of red wine, whether it's by myself or with my boyfriend or a friend. When I have downtime, I'm like, okay, I want to go to like Italian restaurant or like a Jamaican restaurant, sit there, eat, turn off my phone, have some drink, have some food, and just kind of, you know, enjoy. So that's kind of what I do, or I'll go to the spa.
I was just gonna ask if you like spas. What kind of spas do you like?
So I love the spas. Like I go to the bathhouse here in Williamsburg when I'm here in New York. And I love the ones that do the full body scrub on you, because I just feel like it's just scrubbing that energy off. In Germany, the spas are crazy because they're nudity spas. You have to be nude with the men, like men and women, they don't have separate. Like you go in there and you're butt naked with the men, which are cool, you know, it's like it's the culture. So I'm like, whatever. But no, I love all types of spas. I love it when it's really cold, like a hot springs, and then just like go in and out, because it's really good for your immune system. So I do love hot springs.
Love a hot spring. Love a hot spring. I visited one in Colorado earlier this year.
Strawberry
Hot Springs.
I went during snowboard season, so there was snow everywhere, which was fun.
Who would play you in a movie about your life in this current stage?
Oh my God, I love Zoe Saldana. I
Okay.
feel like she could play. I mean, but she's tall. But maybe like Ryan would be able to do it.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'4",
Oh.
but I think I'm 5'5". I'm very tiny. I would say either Ryan or like Zoe Saldana.
Ryan Destiny is a good choice. You know who I was gonna say? I was gonna say Tika Sumpter. Do you know who that is?
I think so by
Tika
face.
Sumpter would definitely, she would give the whole Bria fantasy.
Oh yes. I would love to see a documentary or movie about myself one day. That's the goal.
I love that. I love that. Who are some of your early beauty influences? Like, whether it's your mom or who did you look up to, you know, for beauty growing up?
I would say growing up, my mom never wears makeup. Like she has really nice skin. She'll probably put on like mascara or like a little concealer, but she doesn't have to put on makeup, which is great. She always promoted natural skin. But I would say like growing up, big Victoria's Secret girl. So Jasmine Tooks
She is
was like
stunning.
my
I love her.
go-to. And I kind of felt like I could like same skin tone, same kind of aesthetic that I wanted to be. So I followed her career for a very long time since I was very young, like in the Victoria's Secret world. Who else would I say? Gabrielle Union. I mean, I don't think she really did that much beauty when I was growing up, but like I loved her skin. I always followed her career as well. Naomi Campbell,
Yes.
of course, the OG. You know, her makeup looks from back in the day. And also Tyra Banks, you know,
Yes,
seeing her
Tyra
and her makeup
Banks.
looks and like what she did on her show, that was what I looked up to actually, America's Next Top Model.
So what beauty brands are you loving right now?
I love Charlotte Tilbury, Fenty, Dior, also Anastasia Beverly Hills and MAC. But like my go-to right now is Dior. For skincare, I love Ordinary. I use a lot of Fenty products. Her cookies and cream facial is my favorite. There's this brand that I started using, which is my first brand deal for beauty that I just got with Brown Skin. And their products are amazing. I'm not just saying this because I modeled for them. Their products like has your skin glowing. Like I was like, they have a like cleanser, fading cream lightener, vitamin C serums. They like sent me the whole kit, and I used it before I decided to do like the partnership with them. And every time I would go out, people are like, how did you get your skin glowing like that? What is it? Because it kind of gives that glass look after using it. And also like their SPF, it doesn't have like the white stuff in it. Like it's very just like very glowy and bright. And I love that. So I've been using their like 6 skincare step. They have a night cream, everything. It's called Brown Skin. Charlotte Tilbury, she has really great skin products. I love like a facial where you could just do and like a skincare routine that shows the results in minutes. So those are kind of like my go-to.
So speaking of beauty brands, you have your own. So tell us a little bit about Bria Beauty Cosmetics.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going in a different direction now. When I started Bria Beauty, I started with lip kits. I was like, you know what? Let me start with these matte lip kits and see how it goes. And then it went very well. And then I did my first charity event in Germany, which I was like a sponsor for, and I donated over 100 lip kits to the charity, and everybody loved them. They were amazing. But then I don't know, for some reason I felt like getting into like the cosmetic industry is very, very hard, especially with like finding the proper factory and the people to make good quality products that are like cruelty free, vegan. It's a lot of money and a lot of hard work. So now I'm switching up direction, which kind of put a pause on my brand. And now I'm working more into like the hair department, which is like totally different than, than makeup, but it's still beauty. So I actually brought one of like my things. I'm not going to say what's inside yet because no one knows, but like this is kind of like my boxing. And it says Bria Beauty. I'm still going to keep the name, but inside is a product that I will be launching soon. I don't know when the date's going to be, but I have a lot of these. I think I have like 400 in stock that I'm going to do maybe a soft drop and see what happens. And they come in different colors. And this one's brown, but I'm excited for everyone to see what's inside.
Oh my God, is this an exclusive?
Yes, it is. Let's just say it's a product that's already out. But there's no Black woman out there or Black man out there that owns this product or like that has started a business with this product for the Black community and brown skin community. I know there's other people that are Caucasian that has, the product and they sell it to their fans and whoever, but I don't see any Black creator or anybody that has their own brand with this, but it's already out. Like there's a lot of creators that have their version of it, but yeah.
I love that. And we touched on it a little earlier, but I love finding the void and being the person to do it. Being the person to say, you know what, I don't see this, so I'm gonna do it myself. I love
Because it's
that.
like when I see other people doing things like, people that don't look like me, it's like I
Hmm.
can't really connect. It's like, yes, I could support you and buy it, but like, it's a product. Like, why aren't another like young, beautiful Black woman or
Right.
like Indian woman or Mexican woman of color doing it?
Hmm.
Like, I keep saying the same, and there's nothing wrong with it, no shade, but it's like I see the same color, focusing on, these hair brands and hair products, but I don't see anybody of my color doing it. And I like to relate and be able to help my community because it's like when you see somebody with, nice hair, blonde, blue eyes, put in their hair in different ways, it's like I want to see a Black woman doing that with her hair, her 4C hair, to see how it would work and how it would turn out. So I don't see that. And I'm
Right.
like, you know what? I want to, make this happen for my community and for everyone. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
So you mentioned hair, but aside from that, what's on the radar for Bria next? What should we be expecting?
I want to do more YouTube. So I moved into my dream apartment in Dallas. I still have my apartment in New York, which I'm at now. And I applied for this apartment. It's like 2 bedroom, glass. It looks like a mini
I
penthouse, and
know.
I got it. And I was like, oh my God, like I got my dream apartment. I just want to make my dream content, my lifestyle, my beauty, cooking. You'll see a lot more cooking. I had a funny video on TikTok that just went viral, like including Simon. It hit 1 million views.
Hmm.
And now like ladies are like, how people are like sprinkle, sprinkle, pasta and lobster. Like people are really funny when you're in an interracial couple relationship. And we kind of try to like drag that out and just ride the wave of different sounds.
Hmm.
And a lot of women are starting like a lot. I got like over hundreds of women asking me like, how can I live life like you? How can I travel? How can I find my dream man? I want a Black man. I don't want a white man. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can help you find. I can tell you the places. I can tell you like what to wear, what to do. So I'm thinking of maybe starting like a subscription as well with like helping women, get in the right mind. First it comes down to just getting yourself right, getting your bag before going to meet that person, because you can go and meet a person with the bag, that man, and try to find a sugar daddy and stuff, but it's not going to work out the way you want it to if you don't have your shit together. So I want to like influence women that, because a lot of people that don't know who I am, because there's some people that are fans of the show and they know that I'm on a reality show. They know that I have a beauty brand. They know that I had all these things before I met Simon. And then there's some people that are like, oh, she's a gold digger. Oh, she's a prostitute. Oh, she's this. And I'm like, no, maybe Google my name first and see that I have something going for myself. I went to college. I have my own money. Simon has his own money. But there's women out there that are like, teach me your ways. So I was telling my mom, like, maybe I could do kind of like a woman's, I know OnlyFans has like subscriptions where people do cooking shows. I mean, I don't know. I can't use that name because of the stigma, but I know a lot of people that do have the subscriptions. Like I can make people like join for free and give free advice for a little bit and then have them subscribe, to teach them more.
Right.
So I definitely want to do host like Zoom meetings and classes for these ladies. I'm not sure how I'm going to put it together, but like that's something that I've like thought about over the past couple of days as my engagement was going up. And I do love to ride the wave of this luxury fantasy, I guess.
And you do it so well, like the whole luxury aesthetic. Of course, you live it, but it's captured so
Thank
well.
you. It's like both. It's like I live it and then I could be extra with it. But I do want everybody to know that they could do the same exact thing. Like the places that I go to, I call it balling on a budget, because when they see me and Simon, they think, oh my God, he's paying for all this stuff. He hates spending money. Hates it. Rich people don't like to spend money.
Mm.
And for me, I'm always finding deals, or I'll book it in advance. Like I'll book my trips maybe 5 months in advance where the tickets are $100 to go to that place. When the tickets come out, let's just say for snow polo in Switzerland, the tickets come out, they're like $100. But if you wait, they'll go up. If you book, the hotel in advance, you can get a week stay for less than $1,000. Stay at the same place that I'm staying at. But you just got to be smart with it. You got to have, your deals, your rewards, your, American Express rewards, your, I fly business because I collect mileage. So I want to teach women and men and whoever, like, you can do the same exact thing. I'm not special. You know, I just learn and I like a good deal. And I just try to ball on a budget and it comes out great. I want my voice for young Black women, especially young Black women, because we don't have that representation.
And see, Bria, that is it. That is the attitude. It takes someone who has the experience, who's not going to gatekeep, who's willing to share, to show people that they can do it too.
Yes.
So I love that.
So that's kind of the goal, longevity, that I look forward to doing. It's going to be a long goal, but I am going to take it day by day and see what happens. If I fail, okay, go again. But that's kind of just the goal to focus on. And like, I have a lot of ideas. I'm a Gemini, so a lot of different things pop into my head and I'm like, okay, I got to do one thing at a time. But that's something that bothers me, is that there's not a lot of representation out there for us, especially in a beauty world. And I would like to see more celebrity figures that are Black women, Black men doing more for the Black community and creator space, and maybe more brand deals and more brand trips just for the brown skin people and for everyone. But, you know, we don't get that. I would love to do that one day, maybe a Bria Beauty brand trip, if I can get an investor to get me the budget and maybe promote these and, you know, put together a nice group of women. So I really want to help the community. I always wanted to just help and give back. And people, you know, see my life and say like, wow, like you're living my dream life. And I'm like, that's the first thing I say back to them is, you could live it too.
Yeah.
You know, if you dream it, you could do it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Bria, this was such a good conversation. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Joshua, for having me and reaching out. And like, I didn't know about your, you know, your brand or, you know, your Instagram or TikTok. So I'm glad now I can follow you and keep up with you as well.
This question says, hi Josh, I love my boyfriend, but he doesn't have a skincare routine and I really wish he did. His skin could really use some care, but I don't want him to feel self-conscious or pressured. How can I encourage him to start a simple skincare routine without making it feel like a chore? Okay, so I would do something romantic, right? I would probably have like a date night at home where we cook and where we, you know, maybe watch a movie and we make skincare a part of that. So maybe do like facials, maybe do like, you know, just any kind of pampering routine so that you can test the water and see where his temperature is when it comes to skincare. I think you want to see how far you can push it or how far you can push him when it comes to skincare. So I think that would be a really good idea. As far as products, I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it. I would probably do something like The Ordinary or CeraVe or maybe even like La Roche-Posay, something that he'll be able to keep up with. I wouldn't do a crazy routine, so maybe just like a cleanser and a moisturizer, or maybe, you know, a sunscreen for the daytime, you know, something very simple and that could fit into his lifestyle without him feeling overwhelmed. I think that little date night can open the door for a discussion about skincare. You know, you can educate him about skincare and why it's important for him to, you know, take care of his skin. I would love to know if he commits to a skincare routine, so please keep me updated. And thank you so much for the question. If you have any questions that you want me to answer on the show, feel free to leave them in the comment section or shoot me a DM and I will answer them right here on the show. Thank you again, Bria, for stopping by chatting with us today. Such a fun conversation. And thank y'all for tuning into this week's episode. I will see you guys next week.
Skin Blüm is life.